Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late October into early November 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me put my little hatchet down real quick. You get to have your cards read by a lumberjack this week. So let's get it going right away. We're going to get right into the action and start you off with an oracle card, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Virgos. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me about the beautiful Virgo collective. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going. Let's rock and see what we got for the Virgos. And I promise you, I'm a lumberjack. I'm not a hipster or anything like that, but let's get it going. The channel members wanted me to rerun this one from a couple years ago. I liked being a lumberjack. Okay, so there's a big focus here, my friends, with this card. I got this in the Leo reading, and now it's showing up in yours. There is something or someone or a situation that might have your full attention. Either that or your somebody else's full attention when you see it. Now, that can be a little concerning, that energy. But before we fully dive into it, there's a lot of nuance there. If you're new here, I'll be speaking about October subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. It's the last week to get in for that. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about Little Red Riding Hood here. So in this card, we see depicted a walking path. We have Red Riding Hood and a big bad wolf staring her down. So of course, the first thing you might think is like, danger, danger, danger. I don't always go that route. To me, this is more about focus, right? Because in the Little Red Riding Hood story, even though there was some underlying danger, the wolf was focused on Red Riding Hood. So it just always gives me that vibe. So in this time, there's either a person, a situation, or something that could be taken up like a lion's share of your mental abilities in this time, or just something you were laser focused on. Now, always remember, this is how someone could be feeling towards you. You might be under the microscope. So whether it's a work thing, whether it's a connection or a relationship, like somebody might just be fully focused on you or your situation. So we're just gonna put this down over here. Maybe we'll get more detail on it throughout the whole entire reading, you know. And sure, I mean, it's Page of Swords, like someone might be watching your moves. Let's just put it down right there. I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading, it's just a footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright, then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness here. Let's see what's happening for my Virgos. While we get the deck ready, we could talk about last week's reading, because it was pretty nice. It was titled A Surprising Result. And the main vibe I was picking up last week is something possibly going way better than you thought it would, or you just getting a result that you didn't see coming. Like, oh, well, I didn't calculate for that. I didn't see this happening. And it felt more positive than it did challenging. But I will say this, in the prior couple of weeks, we did have some speed bumps to work through. So we're going to hope for some optimism this week. Let's see what we got. We're going to get you these 3 cards in the upright. And I always say this reading, every reading, is about the reader's interpretation, and energy is very fluid. So only take this how it hits for you, okay? Let's get these 3 cards out here, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. Thank you. All right, yeah, so we are starting with some big action here. We have the good old Knight of Wands starting us off with a bang. You always know about that fire energy. It's very fast, hot, and heavy. Okay, so we're going to want to see how this all plays. Let's get a couple more. It's at least a fast start, or something very suddenly just popping in. And it makes sense with the readings we've had in recent weeks. Here's the mystery showing up. We have the moon. Okay, Pisces energy possibly. Could even be Cancerian, but that is one of my biggest mystery cards, cards of the unknown. Let's get you 1 more. Thank you. Okay, yeah, we have the devil on the back end. So there might be a warning here, my friends. There might be a warning. There might be some aspect or something you don't quite see. All right, like whatever situations or things you're dealing with, there could be certain aspects that you're just not seeing. Okay, and that's not a knock against you or anything, but there is something very mysterious and hidden here. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. So at first glance, I look down here, Virgo, and we have a nice mixture of elements. I'll say that. We have fire, we have water, we have earth. Even though the devil looks like it's fire, it's earth energy. Powerful major arcana, but the thing with the moon and the devil is that they're obscured. So whether it's a secret, whether it's something being purposely hidden or purposely obscured, or just something that you're not quite calculating, we'll just have to see what's up. Let's go through one by one, right? Because there's a lot of power here, but I'm not liking the mystery. I'm not a big fan of it at this point. Doesn't mean it can't turn out good, but at this point, it's like, I don't know how to feel about this. Starting in the beginning, we have the Knight of Wands. Now, this could represent a fire sign that you're connected to. And as I said, it is very fast. It's moving. It's starting with a bang. It's starting with a boom. Fire energy could be very explosive. It could be volatile sometimes as well. So if you're not connected to an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, when I see this Knight of Wands, I'm thinking straight up action and movement. Sometimes it could be even communication or delivering a message. It does have challenges, though, because this can be combative, right? This could be somebody that does things and doesn't think about it. It's like very flying by the seat of your pants, just doing things without thinking them through. So there is a rough side to this if it's not confrontational. But at the same time, this Knight of Wands could be like living it up, happy mood, being in the spotlight in some sort of way. But it is fiery movement and action. So we really want to see what's up, especially with what we're linking all together. Maybe it's progress. Maybe it's forward momentum if it's not a person. Moving to the center, this is where we get into some energies where it starts to obscure. So there could be something or a situation you're connected to where you don't have all the full information for whatever reason, or something's being obscured, something's being hidden. The moon represents the Pisceans. I also link the Cancers to this as well. So we have a lot of different zodiac signs starting to show up. But when I see the moon, I think of some good things. This could represent psychic gifts, a lot of intuition, being sensitive to subtle energies. So in this time for you, Virgo, you might be affected by the subtle energies around you. Okay, whether it's people, places, things, like you could be very, very sensitive to energy when the moon is out. But to me, this card is the biggest one of mystery. So I always say secrecy, hidden, unexpected. So we'll really want to reveal that when we get into the clarifier, specifically with the card that we have coming up right next. So let's get this moon down right here. The moon doesn't have to be bad. I mean, in some cases, it could even be a little bit of confusion. So maybe some of you are dealing with something where you're just a little confused about someone's motives or why something happened or how it elapsed. All of that's possible. But moving to the back end, we have the Devil. Now, this could just represent a Capricorn. And if you're a cross-watching Capricorn, this card represents your collective because of the goat symbolism. We're not calling you devils, I promise. But my first instinct always when this card comes out, if it's not a person, it's a warning of some sort. And there's a whole laundry list with the Devil. Now, this could represent material things, material attachment, like money, possessions, stuff like that. And when I see the Devil, I think of things that may have been around for a very long time, things that have been sticking around, whether it's issues, problems, thought processes. In its worst case scenario, this could represent toxicity, people that are toxic, people that play games. The Devil it's very hard to shake. It could be also very controlling and strict in its ways. So there's a lot of things we're going to want to check out about this Devil. It's just something that's really hard to shake. So it can be a big warning here. Even if it's not a person, it's some sort of attachment where it might feel like it's there forever for whatever reason. So whether it's a problem, whether it's a situation, we're really going to want to dive deeper on it because this can be a warning. But yeah, Virgo, with that being said, let's dive deeper. We're going to jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends, and see what's happening. What's all this stuff for my Virgos? And who knows, it might get better as we move along. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Knight of Wands. Let's see what this movement and action can be. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, drop it in the comments. I don't mind. All right, Knight of Wands, what's up? Thank you. Okay, yeah, fire-air combination, so a little bit of volatility happening as we move forward. Now, whenever I see the Nine of Swords, pardon me, it can represent stress, anxiety. nervousness, somebody being on edge. You see the imagery here of a person sitting in bed with the hands in the face, so you get someone very anxious. When I see it in reverse, though, to me it's like someone saying, no, I'm good. Yeah, I got this. I'm good. Nothing to stress about, nothing to worry about here, which I'm not fully believing, especially with what we have going on with the rest of this. So it's one thing to actually heal and process and move through something. It's a totally different thing when you're just like, yeah, no, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I mean, around certain individuals or in public, you might seem fine, or this person might seem fine, but the reality is this isn't fully dealt with. Whatever issues or situations or problems that are here, it's not completely dealt with. So I do get someone either acting or saying like, yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. We're good. Nothing to worry about. Water under the bridge. So when I see it with the Knight of Wands, it's given me a lot of things. Either one, what I just explained to you, or two, this could be somebody that either has made a mistake or will make one. Like, because remember, this Knight of Wands could be very spontaneous. So let's just keep moving forward. I don't want to get too hung up there. It is what it is. But if you got someone around you that's like brushing something off or brushing something under the water, I wouldn't really believe this energy. So let's go in on that Moon card and see why the Moon is here. I really want to get over to the Devil because, yeah, there could be a problem afoot. And it could be obscured in some sort of, I mean, maybe it's something you know already. I mean, we're kind of seeing that in the beginning, someone possibly like repressing, pushing something down. Okay, wow. I mean, there's tons of love here. We have the Two of Cups in the upright. So Two of Cups can represent connections, relationships, partnerships, especially with water signs. It's showing up heavily here. I do get somebody possibly trying to withhold or hide their feelings about something in a big way. And we saw it here in the beginning, like especially with the mind. Now we have the emotions. There's hidden feelings here. You might be separated from somebody right now, or it's somebody that you care very deeply for. There could be certain things that they're going through, whether it is problems, maybe it's even good things, where you don't have the full 411, you don't have the full story. Now, the Two of Cups in the upright is a beautiful thing to me. And underneath this, aside from what I said about hidden feelings or someone not being truthful about how they really feel, to me, this is absolutely showing a psychic connection here. So you might be picking up and feeling the energy of someone you were very closely tied to. So whether it's mirroring, whether it's like you just going about your day and then like, whoa, you think of someone out of nowhere. It could be vice versa too. But there's a very powerful like energetic or psychic connection here where people are feeding off each other's energy in one way or another. But the other thing, like, I don't like the hidden aspect, especially with partnerships. Okay, maybe some person doesn't feel seen in a connection. That's a possibility too, where it's like, oh, well, this person always takes priority. I don't feel seen. I don't want to get too far off the story. Let's move over to the Devil and see what's up. Because I've been saying the Devil might be the issue and the problem here. And I'm getting it, the suppression. There's double suppression of some sort. So why is the Devil in the mix? Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the Shadow card. And remember, there could still be unexpected, hidden secrecy that's still in play. So why is the Devil here? I mean, that's been the name of the game throughout the whole entire thing. Okay, the idea of something is just way too appealing. Okay, and whether this is you or somebody else, we have the Ten of Pentacles in the upright underneath the Devil, and it's very sturdy. Now, for some of you, please watch out for issues with the home, issues with family, issues with the monetary, because that could be very big here. And especially when I said there could be a big problem afoot, whether it is someone that made a mishap or something being swept under the rug. The Ten of Pentacles is usually very good and sturdy, but the idea of someone or the idea of something is just too good for whatever reason. Whether this is how someone looks at you, like, all right, listen, I'll take the Devil energy because I get this too. That's just the vibe I'm picking up, Virgo, where it's like, okay, well, yeah, there's devil tendencies, there's rough things, no one's perfect, but look at this. So I'll put up with this to get this. I hope this is making sense, because that's just the vibe I'm getting. Now, there are still problems that could be popping up, okay? Especially with all the mystery, the hidden, certain aspects you're not seeing. So I would say watch out for unexpected problems or surprising problems to pop up in this time, because that could absolutely happen with all the obscured energy. But what I'm seeing on this back end is like, yeah, I'll take that Devil energy because I get this in return. It's like, so I'll deal with this so I could get that. That's just what I'm picking up here, Virgo. Once again, it could be problems with family, with monetary situations because of all the pentacles. So just take it however it hits. Let's go through and do a quick recap, because just like every single reading of yours, there's a lot of nuance. There's a lot of little detail. But if you kindly look in the box before we get into the shadow card, position number 1, we have the Knight of Wands with the Nine of Swords in reverse. To me, this did feel like someone saying, yeah, no, I'm good. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm all right. Water under the bridge, but I'm not really buying it. So there could be somebody that thinks they're over something or thinks that they've processed something, but in reality, they have not. That's just the energy I'm picking up here. I did also say there's a vibe of like somebody making a mishap, possibly, like that was a small little message or a mistake of some sort. But moving to the center, we have a very powerful, potent connection here, because we have the moon with the Two of Cups in the upright. So yeah, you might be feeding off someone. There might be a very powerful energetic or psychic connection with somebody here. And remember, it doesn't just have to be romance. It could be family. We have a lot of family cards here as well. But the big thing I was feeling here is someone feeling hidden for some reason, like, or not seen for whatever reason. Another thing, there's a possible disconnect or separation where someone you care for deeply, you don't know the full story of exactly what they're going through or what they're processing. Moving to the back end, we still have hidden energy afoot, because we have the Devil and the Ten of Pentacles, and this was making me feel a very interesting energy that I don't normally feel. Now, of course, I did say there could be unexpected problems or surprising problems popping up, or just big ones in various different areas, especially in relationships, family, money. But the Devil with the Ten of Pentacles, it was like, okay, well, I'll put up with this energy. I know it's not healthy. I know it's not perfect. It's not that great, but I get this in return. Like, that's just the energy. So yeah, I'll put up with this. I know what that is, but I get this in return. So that makes it okay in my eyes. So take that for what it's worth, whether that's how someone else is looking. That's just what I'm picking up. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into this further, because this is a very interesting type of spread, especially on the back end. I did say there could be attachments to the monetary issues with work and the family unit. So let's get you a shadow card. Maybe we'll get a little more detail in the shadows. Let's see what's in the shadows for Virgo. And yeah, I always like to pull this at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. It doesn't always have to be a challenge. Sometimes the shadow cards are nice. So let's see what's in the shadows for Virgo. And yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments. The members helped me pick out my costumes for this week, and I have like a nice new wall signs. Always doing bonuses for the members in there. Obviously, no pressure, but I always got to mention it. So let's get you your shadow card. What's happening with Virgo in the shadows? Thank you. Okay, Eight of Wands. There is some sort of important communication coming in. Either something you need to get off your chest or one that's coming your way here when we have this Eight of Wands, and it's coming in hot, it's coming in fast. Very similar to what we have here with this Knight of Wands, so like keep your eyes peeled for that in the coming days and weeks for sure. Now, the Eight of Wands is a card of progress. It's a card of moving forward if it's not communication, which we already covered. So when we see this card, it is Spirit really asking you not to rush something, like to take your time. And I know I don't have to tell you that twice, Virgo. Like, you guys are very detail-oriented and specific about certain things. So this could be a reminder from Spirit, like, listen, don't rush something. Just take your time with it. Don't rush it. Okay, now I just have to reiterate once again, there could be a very important conversation or message coming in for a lot of you. So keep your eyes peeled on that. But Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The October subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the September subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for October, I'll be going back to one of the classics. I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of the most beautiful decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments if there's a zodiac sign that you clash with. If so, which signs do you kind of bump heads with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of October, your name will be announced in the community tab, my friends. As always, much love, and I'll see you next time.